Welcome to today's full body yin yoga therapy class. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started today at the back of our mats in a gentle child's pose. So begin with the toes together, maybe leaving some space between the chests as you begin to walk the hands forward, allowing the chest and forehead to reach towards the mat, maybe resting onto a pillow or block if you need a little modification here. As we're here, simply begin to notice your breath. Notice its rhythm, its quality. Maybe scanning through the body. Just taking notice of how you're feeling. Any particular areas of pain or tension, maybe stress. Take note of the state of your mind and emotions today. Without judgment, simply checking in as an observer with no opinion. Simply notice and then return to the breath once more. See if you can draw each inhale in through the nose as you fill the low belly space, our Dantian energy center. And with each exhale, make that exhale as long and slow as possible, expelling all the air from the lungs. Inhale, creating space as the belly expands. And exhale, letting go of all that is no longer serving you. Inhale, inviting in a spirit of self-compassion. And exhale, letting go of expectations for yourself. Committing to simply meet yourself where you're at today. All right, when you're ready, take your time as you come out of your child's pose and meet me seated as we go into our next pose of the day, which is our butterfly. So finding a seated position with a tall spine, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Take an inhale, lengthening through the spine again. And exhale, fold from the hips over the legs. Then allowing the rest of the upper body to melt forward, forehead reaching towards the feet. Maybe your arms are just resting at the sides, or maybe you're holding on to the feet or ankles, bending at the elbows to go a little bit deeper. Find your edge, and then settle into stillness, letting go of any tension you notice yourself holding, being fully surrendered to this pose. Inhale, invite that fresh oxygen into the body. And exhale fully, letting go of tension, breathing through the discomfort. Bring your awareness to those hips, to the groin. Notice the sensations occurring there. Continuing to breathe through it. Simply bring your perception to that area. Notice how the breath changes the tension. Energy flows where attention goes. It's very common to store difficult emotions in the hip region. So as we're here, simply be aware of anything that's coming up for you. Not judging it, not getting upset about it, simply noticing. And then bringing your awareness back to the breath each time. But allowing any emotions to come out that need to come out. Don't suppress them. But also don't allow your thoughts to attach to them. Simply let them be as they need to be today. Less than 1 minute left here. Go inward, simply feeling what the body has to speak to you, listening to that inner wisdom. All right, with your next exhale, gently allow the spine to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Then from here, simply extend the legs. Inhale, lengthening through the spine again. And if you're having trouble keeping a straight spine in the low back, then try sitting on the edge of a pillow or cushion. And as you exhale, let's begin to fold forward from the hips with that straight back, before then allowing the rest of the upper body and forehead to melt over the legs if we don't have pain here. If you have any pain in this pose, then just go as far forward as you can, maintaining a flat spine. Always being sure to listen to the body, to honor what it needs. This practice takes us into the root of the mind and body connection. As we are releasing our fascia, that thin layer of connective tissue, with these long and slow holds, we are actually stimulating our parasympathetic nervous systems, helping to take us down into that rest and digest state, instead of that fight or flight or freeze states that can happen with stress or trauma. So know that even in stillness, you're doing wonderful things for your mind and your body. Continue to be patient with yourself, staying with that breath, allowing no thoughts to be more important than the present, than to simply be fully in your experience of the here and now. Inhale deeply, inviting relaxation in, and exhale fully, letting go of what you don't need here. Inhale, noticing the belly rise, being in the body. And exhale, sinking a little deeper against your mat. Relaxing any muscle that you don't need right now. Relaxing the ankles and the feet. Relaxing the neck. Being totally heavy here. Just 30 more seconds. All right, with your next exhale, gently begin to roll the spine back up one vertebrae at a time, and gently find your way onto your back for a short rebound. Arms at your sides, palms facing up. Simply feel the echo of the pose here. Noticing how the hips are feeling, maybe the low back. Then when you're ready, in your own time, gently turn onto your left side and meet me in tabletop for our next pose. We're going to take our melting heart pose now. So first, make sure that the wrists are aligned below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, begin to walk the hands forward, making sure those hips stay just where they are, and allow the chest and forehead to melt towards the mat. Once again, resting onto a bolster or prop of some sort if you need a little extra support here. Feel free to take any micro adjustments. Moving the arms maybe a little wider or more narrow. Just noticing how these small adjustments affect the sensations that you're experiencing, or maybe the areas that are being targeted. Then again, once you find those areas, once you find how this pose best works for your body, then settle in there, allowing yourself to surrender to this stillness, giving yourself permission to be still, to be here right now. I think we all, from time to time in our lives, have had those moments where we have felt hopeless, like we'll never move on, we'll never get to where we're trying to go. Whatever it may be, those feelings of being stuck and disappointed. But even when we're clueless, or especially when we feel clueless about what's next in life, that's the best time to come back to the mat, to simply meet yourself, to be held by your mat. As you focus on the here and now, remembering that the only important thing in a given moment is to be fully in that moment. When we are fully in the moment, we aren't worrying about the future. We aren't regretful about the past. We simply are. There is no judgment attached to it. So I'd encourage you to allow your emotions to flow as they need to flow without being propelled by them or having judgment over them. Instead, try to be simply curious about them. Let them go so that you can create more space to let in more light, more love, more goodness, more healing. Wonderful job. With your next exhale, gently walk the hands back up. And however is easiest for you, find your way onto your back for another short rebound. Tucking those shoulder blades down and back, palms facing up. And feel the echo of the pose again. All right, in your own time, go ahead and turn onto your side, or however is best for you to simply see my demonstration of the next pose. We're going to take our resting fish pose now. So for this, you'll need something like a block or a bolster, or a rolled pillow or yoga mat will work as well. If you have a block, turn it any height that works best for your back flexibility today. Then this is going to go between our shoulder blades. We're simply going to rest back over it, maybe putting a support under the head if need be, and extending the arms out to the sides. This is our resting fish pose. Let's go ahead and also bring the knees together, and then gently walk the feet out, taking our triangle legs. Inhale deeply as you feel the belly expand. Feel the expansion through the rib cage, the intercostal muscles. And exhale fully, letting go. Arms heavy. Chest open to the sky. Feeling gratitude for this very moment, for this opportunity to meet yourself here. Thank yourself for coming to this practice today, to honor your body and mind, for taking a step forward in your journey toward healing and wellness. I'm going to give you extra time in silence for this pose as you continue to go inward and fall into a deeper state of relaxation. All right, my friends, when you're ready, go ahead and plant the feet back on the mat. Gently lift your prop out from under you, and then settle back onto your back for our Savasana. Tucking the shoulder blades down and back, maybe slightly lifting the hips and rolling the spine down a vertebrae at a time in order to neutralize it. Arms are resting at the sides, palms facing up. And once more, feel the echo of the pose, the changes in the state of your mind, your body, maybe in your spirit. Continue to notice the natural rise and fall of your breath. With each exhale, imagining your body sink another centimeter into the ground beneath you. I welcome you and encourage you even to stay in your Savasana longer today if you have time. But if you are ready to finish with me today, then let's begin moving our fingers and toes, inviting some gentle movement back into the body. And when you're ready, gently turn onto your side and meet me seated for a final closing breath together. Inhale as you reach the arms up toward the sky, stretching the body. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. One more time, inhale, reaching the arms up toward the sky. And exhale, hands to prayer. Then maybe grabbing your arms, hugging yourself here for a moment. Taking just one more moment to be held by yourself. To acknowledge yourself for everywhere that you've been. And most of all, for where you are right now. For choosing to come to this place. To prepare yourself for the future. For growth, for healing. Acknowledging yourself with love and acceptance. When you're ready, bring your hands back to prayer. And just acknowledge yourself once more here. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did like this video, please do me a huge favor and be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest classes. Thank you again for choosing to join me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. Namaste.